Happy Victory Monday, Eagles fans. We are 3-0, a record that I didn't expect us to have going into the week. I certainly didn't expect us to have going into halftime. And then the Eagles got right. The Super Bowl hangover over after 10 quarters of football. I think it's possible, man, because the team that I saw in the second half of this game, that was the team that won the Super Bowl. The Eagles were skating and coasting by the first 2 weeks on just having so much more talent than their opponents, especially after what we saw from the Cowboys the last 2 weeks. Kansas City obviously is lacking players, and I thought now versus the Rams, they were going to get punched in the mouth. And I wasn't completely wrong. In that first half, 19-7, they do get punched in the mouth. Jalen Hurts fumbles on the first play of the second half. They go down 26-7. They are down 19 points at the opening of the third quarter. And the Philadelphia Eagles score 26 unanswered points and complete a 19-point comeback. Wow. I there's a lot of spots to start. There's a lot of guys to talk about. A lot of people played a hand in this victory. I want to start with Jordan Davis. To me, this was the Jordan Davis game. 2 blocked field goals in this game for Jordan Davis, 1 defensive touchdown, 5 total tackles, 1 sack, a tackle for loss. He was all over the field. And we heard reports all summer of Jordan Davis coming in the best shape of his life. But in the NFL, if you've been watching for a minute, every offseason, every team, somebody's the best they've ever looked. This is his year, best shape ever. You always hear it and you take it with a grain of salt. 18.5 miles per hour. The fastest ever recorded time for a 300-pounder with the ball in the NFL. Wow. The Jordan Davis game. September 21st, 2025. The Rams, who were talking all that talk. You wouldn't have beat us if it wasn't for the snow. Looked pretty sunny yesterday. Jared Verse talking all that talk. Jalen Carter said, "Give me that chain." We won that game. Jordan Davis, have a day. Players on both sides of the ball stepped up. Players on special teams stepped up. This was a complete team victory for Philadelphia. This was a game that, like Jalen Hurts said, if that doesn't show you what type of team we are, I don't know what will. The team is special. The team has Super Bowl aspirations. And the team makes their own luck. I think that's the best way to put it. They keep fighting. Coach Sirianni said it. There is nothing more dangerous than a team that keeps fighting and won't give up. In the NFL, it is truly any given Sunday. And if you are willing to keep fighting and not give up, like the Philadelphia Eagles were today, games like this will happen. 26-7 after getting absolutely smacked in the mouth in the first half. You come out, first play, fumble. Rams immediately score a touchdown. A lot of NFL teams would have rolled over. Not this NFL team. Not this Philadelphia Eagles squad. They didn't roll over. Nope. They bow back and they won this game. Shows you the heart of the team. Shows you heart of the defense. 2 weeks, it's been a little quiet for Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis. Both were highly effective when it came to blocking field goals. Both got a little bit of a piece of it. Like I mentioned, Jordan Davis got the 1 lone sack today. I thought Jalen Carter played a solid game despite the stats not being crazy. He only had 3 tackles, but he did have 2 quarterback hits. I thought that they played legit, man. Shout out Cooper DeJean as well. 9 tackles, Jahad Campbell 8. Let's talk about the passing attack. Let's talk about Jalen Hurts, and let's talk about A.J. Brown. And I want to switch it here. I want to flip to showing you guys the stats. Listen, people can talk all that talk. You're not going to see Jalen Hurts passing charts on Twitter this week, so don't go looking for him. Jalen Hurts outplayed Matt Stafford, and it's not particularly close. It's not. Jalen Hurts, more completions on less attempts. More yards, passing, more passing yards than Matthew Stafford. When you start including in the rushing yards, and we're almost 100 more. 4 total touchdowns for Jalen Hurts, 2 for Stafford, doubled them up. Stafford had 1 interception, Jalen Hurts, 0. Matt Stafford, an 82.4 passer rating. Jalen Hurts, a 117.4 passer rating. Guys, you know, I know that Eagles fans know. But if there is a doubter watching this video about how good Jalen Hurts is, what more do you need to see aside from that second half? What more do you need to see aside from the fact that in his last 17 games, he is 17-0. In his last 17 games that he played from start to finish, 17-0. That's a perfect season. What more do you need to see? Week 1, wins it with his legs. Week 3, wins it with his arm. Guys, the disrespect on Jalen has got to stop. A.J. Brown, always open. 6 for 109 and a touchdown. 10 targets. Devonta Smith, 8 for 16, a touchdown. 9 targets. Guys, I mean, everybody and their mother knew this one. You have the best wide receiver duo in football. Throw them the damn ball. 19 targets on 32 pass attempts. That's what I like to see. And you see the result. Was A.J. Brown open on every throw Jalen sent his way? No, but he's A.J. Brown. You let him go make a play. And they did. And he did. Time and time again. We saw, 2 or 3. Get off me. Go get that first down, AJ. We saw that deep catch. Always open. Smitty, end zone, touchdown. AJ Brown, end zone, touchdown. Goddard even got involved. 1 catch, 33 yards. But a touchdown. I'm telling you, man. Hey, Saquon was bottled up in this game. The Rams, after giving up about 230 rushing yards a game to Saquon last year, said, no, we can't do that again. Let's contain. Quarterback contain. Let's try and do that. Saquon contain. Let's do that. And Jalen Hurts said, yeah. Watch this. It was like a Super Bowl. Yeah, you can contain Saquon. But we still got a top 5 guy at the QB position. And you got to show respect to that. A.J. Brown, it was great to see him be dominant like we all knew he could. Kevin Patullo. I'm not going to lie. At halftime, I was tweeting for his job. I'm not convinced it was him calling the plays in the second half. Was it Jalen Hurts? Maybe. Did Patullo sense the heat of the Philly crowd booing him? Sense the heat in that building knowing they might fire me? Maybe. And then he started saying, you know what? Let's air it out. I saw a tweet that said Kevin Patullo realized the play sheet's got 2 sides. I also read a tweet that said Kevin Patullo took play calling duties from Nick Sirianni at halftime. Hey, I don't know what happened, but Patullo lives on another week. And the offense that we saw in the second half of this game, that's the offense I need to see the rest of the season. For the Philadelphia Eagles, the pass opens up the run. Greg Olsen was talking about it on commentary. You saw the lanes get better for Saquon immensely in that second half once the Rams had to guard the run. That's it. I want to give a shout out as well to Zach Bond. 7 tackles, 3 solo, 2 pass deflections. He had an INT, not showing up on the stats here. I don't know why, but he had one. Zach Bond is right up there with Fred Warner as the best linebacker in football. It amazes me that the New Orleans Saints had this guy playing edge for his entire career. Um, because he's one of the best interior linebackers in football. And shout out Vic Fangio for figuring that out. Those are the stats. Now what? Now what when it comes to the Philadelphia Eagles? 3-0 Eagles travel to Tampa to take on the 3-0 Buccaneers. The Bucs have been owning Philly. I do think that right now Philly's a better team than Tampa. Mike Evans banged up, might not be playing. You got Godwin coming back from an injury. Baker's had to lead 3 game-winning drives to open up the season against the teams like the Jets and the Texans, who are both 0-3. So I do think Philly's the better team on paper. We'll get to my prediction later in the week, but I'll say this: 4-0, 3-1 after starting with divisional game Dallas, where Jalen Carter gets thrown out, going to Arrowhead, playing Kansas City, having the Rams come to Philly, going to Tampa to play the Buccaneers. I'm proud of this Eagles team. I'll say that regardless of the outcome, I'm proud of this team. I thought they showed a lot of fight today or yesterday. I thought that they I thought that they proved why they were Super Bowl champions with efforts from the offense, from the defense in the second half to make sure that the Rams couldn't extend their lead, and from the special teams unit. Blocked field goals. Every play mattered in this football game, and the Eagles showed you that. Make sure if you love the Philadelphia Eagles and you're not yet subscribed to this YouTube channel, you hit that button. I appreciate your guys' support. I'll catch you next time. Peace.